Hey guys, what is going on? Ijustrengar here, and today I'm coming at you guys with a video about Rengar builds. So, in this video we're going to be going over 3 different Rengar builds: Scrub Noobs, Chaos Reigns, and myself's. Is that even a word? I don't know. But anyways, we're going to start with me. My build currently has been just going for Duskblade, skipping the Warrior Jungle Enchant entirely, into a Static Shiv, into an Infinity Edge, into an Essence Reaver, and then finally into Phantom Dancer to get you that 100% crit chance. It's good because it gives you those that 400 AD, which is really strong. More if you have your passive stack. So it gives you that 400 AD, 100% crit chance, 2.5 attack speed almost with your empowered Q1, and overall it's just really strong with all the passives and actives that you have with Duskblade, Static Shiv, all that jazz. So you one-shot really well. But the problem is it takes a while to scale. And plus, it's also super risky, because if you don't end up getting those crits, then who knows what's going to happen to you. So that's the only real downside to the crit build. It carries harder late game, but it's harder to scale up. So, looking at both Scrub Noob and Chaos Reign. Oh, also, by the way, I've been running Electrocute. The reason that's going to be important, I'm going to reveal in just a moment. So, looking at actually Chaos Reign's match history, he's mostly been opting for skipping out of the critical strike and just going straight for lethality, which is typical to Chaos Reign. I've been actually, like, ever since I was, like, really bad, I looked up to all Rengar mains, and so when I watched Chaos Reign, still really bad, by the way, when I am, not him. Anyways, when I watched Chaos Reign, I always would watch his games, and he would pretty much only go for the lethality builds. I mean, maybe earlier on he did go for the critical strike, but when I started watching him, he mostly went for just lethality. So, looking at his builds, he does go lethality, and he does eventually build the warrior. I'm not sure if he builds it first now. No, he does not. Okay, so he goes for an early Tiamat into a warrior. So that's just something that you guys should know. He goes Tiamat before anything. He also goes Boots of Mobility very early. The reason why he goes Boots of Mobility so early, it's because he runs Predator. So, he runs Predator, he runs Boots of Mobility, he really cares about that gank pressure, and that's why he runs these two sets together. He also runs Ingenious Hunter, by the way, because that extra active item CDR on kills, very important, and assists. And obviously he maxes QWE and then maxes Q. He actually maxes E second, though, instead of the W, which is a slight deviation from me, but hey, it's working for him, and you can do that as well if you want to. It's really personal preference. I just personally prefer the W over the E. But yeah, so that's just me. So Chaos Reign's typical build path, like I was saying, it goes, so Tiamat goes into the Warrior Enchant, then into a Duskblade. After that, he goes into, it kind of like varies, but basically he'll go for like a Yomu's, maybe an Edge of Night, and then situational with like upgrading into Ravenous Hydra, possibly going for that Mortal Reminder. And I'm assuming late game he might also sell his boots for better boot choice, and also if the game does need it, he can also swap out his boots for defensive boots. And then looking at Scrub Noob, so Scrub Noob runs actually Dark Harvest now, which I remember when I started running Dark Harvest, he was like, you don't run Dark Harvest anymore, that runs crap. And now I actually do run Electrocute, but Scrub Noob is now running Dark Harvest, and he's doing fairly well. He's at Masters 300 LP at the time that I'm making this video, so good on you, man. But anyways, what he does is he actually goes for the Tiamat first item, so just like Scrub Noob, or just like Chaos Reign, and then he actually goes into a Duskblade. So that's a little bit like what I've been doing, except sometimes I actually just go straight into Duskblade, but Tiamat early is probably a lot better, just because it gives you those higher CS numbers, and it makes it a lot easier to farm. So going for that Tiamat early is always going to be important. I'm going to actually just start doing that now. Always going into that Tiamat early, and then from there going into a Duskblade is what he's going, and that instead of the Warrior, which is what Chaos Reign's been going, and then after that going for a Yomu's, Edge of Night, so he's going for the more traditional lethality build, whereas he also has some games where he does go for the crit chance. The games that he does go for the crit chance, it looks like he's not against too many tanks, whereas in the games that he's going up against like tankier foes, he goes for the lethality. So in the game he was building lethality, he goes up against Sejuani, Maokai, Ezreal. All of those champions have a ton of armor, especially like the Maokai and the Sejuani, but I specify Ezreal because you want to target Ezreal, and Ezreal's going to have a lot of armor on him, whereas in the game that he has crit chance, he's going against a Varus, who's not really that mobile of an AD carry, a Kayn, and a Riven. for the, and then no tank for support, Zyra support, and then a Corki in the mid lane. So a very non-tanky team. And you can kind of see this repeat itself. Whenever he goes up against a very, like, not very tanky team, like only one tank, he'll mostly go for the crit chance. Whereas if he's going against more tanks, he opts for the lethality. My opinion on this is because Rengar's not that strong against tanks unless he fully skills with crit chance. So he wants to end these games early and shut down the enemy carry early. That way he can win with that pressure that he's gained, especially with the Dark Harvest having the scaling itself. The early lethality can help propel you into that mid game, and that probably helps him out quite a bit. So, anyways, guys, this is the builds video about what each of them are building, what I'm building. And yeah, I personally think that both of these builds from Chaos Raid and Scrub and myself would work. I'm definitely going to start incorporating that Tiamat early. I actually have been doing that on my Smurfs quite a bit, but I should definitely start doing that on my main a little more. But yeah, definitely try to incorporate these rune pages. Try both of them out. You can use Electrocute if you want to, or you can use Dark Harvest or Predator. Pretty much anything is up for grabs at this point, especially if there's Masters players running both. Obviously, it's going to be a good option and a good choice for you guys to try out. So, try it out, see what fits your playstyle. Keep in mind with the Predator playstyle, you want to ulti and use your Predator as often as possible. Pretty much off cooldown. It's kind of like old Rengar where you could just ulti and kill a lane. There used to be like a flowchart where you would have, at the very top, it would just be like, is your ulti up? Yes. Gank, no, farm, and that was literally the entire flowchart. But anyways, guys, I hope that you were able to learn a lot from this, and yeah, these are the jungle builds, by the way. I'll probably go into the top builds in a later video, so thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.